Looks like the stream is running. Hi everyone, I'm DigerHockey3, and today we are going to write a game of Simon. If you are not familiar with Simon, it's pretty simple. It's kind of based on Simon Says. A leader instructs others to do something, and they do it. In Simon Says, the only rule, really, that determines who wins is you should only do what they say if they preface it with Simon Says. Simon says, put your hand on your head. Game continues. Put your hand on your chin. You weren't supposed to do that. Simon wins. In the game Simon, this is generally a computerized game. The computer selects a pattern and displays that pattern to you. There's lots of variations of this game, but you have to reproduce the pattern, and every turn it grows by one element. One example of this is actually two examples in video games. Zelda, Ocarina of Time, has a bunch of frogs sitting in a river, and one of them makes a little sound, and then you have to press the button when you're playing your ocarina that corresponds to that note, and then that frog makes that sound again, and then a new frog is added with a different sound, and you have to play those two notes, and it grows to, like, I don't know, probably 5-ish notes, something like that. And then if you get it, you win. You get like a heart piece or something. I don't know. Banjo-Kazooie has a similar mechanic with a chorus of little turtles. Rather adorable. Kind of the same thing. They play little notes, and then you have to repeat them, and you have to help their chorus practice or something. Don't remember what you get in that one, but probably the version that more people know, general public, is like a toy that you buy at a toy store, like a thing, an electronics dealie. It has 4 brightly colored buttons, and they light up. And then you have to reproduce the pattern. That's about it. Let's start writing Python code. Let's do that. Import tk-enter as tk. Class Simon. Fill that in later. Let's say root equals tk.tk. This is same as usual. Simon equals an object of class Simon, and we're going to send it the root object, and then we loop it with only one letter, or with only 2 letter O's. Okay, we're going to need an init with the parent. That's going to be this root object. Don't forget that. And the colon. Personally, I think the colon shouldn't be necessary, because I don't really know of any situation where you have to write a colon, but you can't infer the end of that logical line without it. Like, it could be an if statement, or a loop, or something, or a class. Why not just use the end of the logical line? I don't know. Anyway, self-parent, we're going to have, let's do the following that I think we did in a previous thing. Canvas equals tk dot, I don't know, how about a canvas? about a label? It's simpler, I think. Let's just make it a label. First thing we're going to do is canvas.destroy. And then we need to have this be the canvas, the root object. Parent is the parent. What was the? Was it this? No, not really. Which one had a canvas? This one? Vent. Frame. Oh. Make a frame, and then we destroy it. Okay, that's the pattern I'm gonna follow. Sounds like a plan. Self.canvas equals tk.canvas in the parent. And we're going to drawboard. And then we're going to need our drawboard. And first thing we're going to do is self.canvas.destroy, and then make a new one. Is it going to be canvas? Maybe? Probably. Yeah, I'm going to draw rectangles on it. Yeah. Equals tk.canvas in self.parent. Okay. So what is it going to look like? Here's our framework, basically. So what are we actually going to have? We're going to have our root object. And then in that, we're going to have the canvas, like filling all the root object. And on that canvas, we are going to have 4 squares. 4 squares in there. And then right below that, we're going to have a little status bar. I love the status bar because it lets you show things to the user without popping a new window in their face. And the thing about this that I learned is that for the popping a window, there's an easy way to make those with the message box module from tkinter import message box. It's right in there. It's one of the modules in the tkinter package. It is not automatically imported if you just import tkinter. The problem with that is you can't really customize it too much. You can change the text in these things, but for example, if you want it not to make any noise, you can't do that. I had my chess program and I had to turn the audio off, very good, and then it would give me a little pop-up, bling. There's no way to disable that. So what I ended up doing is, if audio is on, then feel free to produce those message boxes, but if it's off, use the status bar at the bottom to display information, and that's just what we'll do. So we have our canvas. Let's do how about width is 400 and height is actually, what's the default on this? I do not know. Let's leave it at the default for now. And let's do the following. What colors are we going to have? I think it's like red, yellow, blue, green, something like that. So we'll just do that. We'll actually do RGBY. I'm going to do something a little weird and make an individually named variable for each one of those, instead of putting them all into a dictionary. Because I know there will be 4. 4 is a reasonable number of things to keep track of. And I'm not going to add any. So, yeah. Self.r equals self.canvas.create rectangle. And I think what is the API for this? It's somewhere. Let me look it up. What have we got? Let's go to FBot. I've mentioned this website before, it's very handy. FBot is telling me create rectangle. Okay. Okay, first is the rectangle bounding box. And it is not a tuple, it's just 4 things. Okay. Let's start with 0, 0, top left corner of the screen, to 100, 100. And what are the options that we have? We've got active dash, active fill, active outline, active, active, active. Disabled. Fill, okay. Fill equals red. Actually, let's start with dark red, because I'm gonna brighten that. Anything else actually? Offset, outline, oh, default is black. I don't want that. Outline equals also dark red. Normal, disabled, or hidden, no, I don't want that. Okay, that seems good for that. And let's make this on a new line. Okay. This is actually going to be pretty similar, so I am going to copy paste because I don't care. 2, 3, 4. R, G, B, and Y. Green and blue. I certainly hope there is such a thing as dark yellow, but we'll find out. In theory, I could create a loop and just make zip these tuples with a tuple for the fill and outline, but I'm just gonna do this. It seems reasonably clear. 0, 0. The 0, 0 origin point for TK Enter canvases is top left. As you go to the right, that increases the x-coordinate, and as you go downward, that increases the y-coordinate. So 0, 0 to 100, 100. And then we're going to have 100, 0. Actually, let's make this 200. I want a 400 by 400 thing. So 200 for x and 0 for y. And then 400, 200, 200, 0 to 400, 200. And then we have 0, 200, 0, 200, to 200, 400. And then we have 200, 200, to 400, 400. Okay. I'm going to do something really weird that I don't usually do. I'm going to run this and see what happens. That's what I'll do. CD documents. Python. Okay. I'm gonna show you the result. Simon. Let's see what happens. Unknown color name, dark yellow. Yeah. I think there's a dark red, green, and blue, because it didn't have an error on those. Isn't there a list of TK intercolors somewhere? Somewhere, I think. I guess I could just use hex, but I don't want to. Okay, here we are. Yellow gold. I want something that I can use with dark. Oh, these are images? Oh, that's annoying. Dim, dark. Wow, that's annoying. There's dark green. Chartreuse, great. Yellow, light goldenrod yellow. I want something with the phrase dark in it, so I can just slice off that part of the string and have it be a new lighter color. Red. Is there a dark red? Well, it didn't complain, so there must be. A different page. Hopefully this is searchable. I really hope. Yes, okay. It is very small though. Dark. Slate gray, slate blue, turquoise, green, olive green, sea green, khaki, goldenrod, maybe goldenrod, salmon, orange, orchid, violet. See, the problem with picking the problem with picking 4 colors is generally color systems use 3. The 3 primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. And that's for reflected color. For emitted color, the three primary colors are red, green, and blue. That's how monitors work. Dark this, dark that, dark olive, green, goldenrod. Maybe goldenrod is yellowish. Orange, I don't know if that'll be too close to red. How about goldenrod? Goldenrod, okay. Let's save that and try that. Dark, oh, I forgot to put it here too. Okay. All right. I didn't pack anything, but it didn't crash this time, so that's great. R dot grid row. Oh no, I didn't grid the canvas. Whoops. I'm actually just going to pack it, because all I'm gonna have is this canvas and status bar as far as TK enter widgets. All of these things are not widgets, they are children objects, child objects that belong to the canvas. I don't have to grid them separately. So let's do this again. Very nice. The canvas is too small. Let's say the canvas is height is 400, width is also 400. Okay. That's pretty good. It's a good start. And now self.status equals a label. In the root, text is going to be let's go. And that's it. How about now? And we have let's go at the bottom. Fantabulous. Close that. Okay, I'm gonna need behavior for these at some point. So that's the interesting part. I don't know how to do that. Stream is over. No. Let's see. I'm going to have the game start immediately. I'm going to need a random element. Actually, I lied. G B and Y. Okay. All right. Now I can access them reasonably programmatically. I'm gonna have to bind each one. For self.squares. Self.squares. Actually, let's do the following for key and square in self.squares.items. An items view on a dictionary gives you produces tuples of the key and the value, and then the next key and value, and so on. Square.bind, I think I can do that for an on-click for that created object, I think. There is a way to detect what element you've clicked, and I think bind just works. I'm hoping. Square.bind and button 1. Actually, I don't want to do this yet. First thing I want to do is start a pattern. Okay. Can I do random.choice on a string? I don't remember. I can. Fantastic. Don't need this bit. Okay. So I start with one letter. And then I will do animate the pattern. Animate. Now I need the animate function. I might have to add stuff in there. Actually, index is 0. Let's start with. Okay. This is going to be a function that doesn't call itself, but schedules a call to itself. So it's not actually recursive, technically. But it behaves exactly like that. Animate. Make that square brighter. Self.pattern index. So we want this one. Self.squares. This one. So index is going to start at 0. Self.pattern 0 was the first one. And then which would be one of these, for example, B. And then it would do self.squares B. And we want to configure that. fill equals I could get these values again. Seems neater to just make a little dictionary. How about dark equals R, G, B, and Y. And that's dark red and dark green and dark blue and dark goldenrod. Then I want something very similar, but for the light versions. Red, green, blue, and goldenrod. Okay. Self.light. So we're going to turn it light, and it's going to be self.pattern index. This is going to be very long, very fast. So let's save this. I equals this. And now self.pattern index is just I. And that's a color name. That's the letter representing the color name, okay? That doesn't make sense. Let's call it C. Self.light C outline equals self.light C. So we've configured that square. And now we want to say make it dark again after some period of time. About 1 second, I don't know. And that would be self.parent.after 1000 milliseconds. And we're going to do animate again. And we're going to increase the index. Yep. No, this is going to be after 1 second. We will dim it. Config this and that, etc. And we want dark again. And then we will need to check if let's increment the index. And then if the index is too long to fit in the pattern, meaning if using it would access something that doesn't exist, we will say don't keep going. Let's have a positive condition. If index is less than the length of the pattern, keep going. After 1000, no, this would be because this is 1000 milliseconds from now, and this is also 1000 milliseconds from now. Yeah, actually. So it'll light up, and then 1 second later, it will go dark, and the other one will light up. That's actually good. I was thinking I'll have this one light up, and then disappear, and then light up, and then disappear, and then light up. But this is good at the same time. And self.animate with the index, because we've incremented it by 1, and now we've got that. Very good. Let's do the following. Let's run it. Yeah. Valid syntax. What did I miss? Oh, I forgot the commas. Let me take this out. Comma, 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 chameleon. Huh, I don't actually know what that's from. That's okay. Save, turn that back on, and in we go. Index plus equal 1, it's missing something. The after call is not happy, and neither is this one. Whoops. What am I missing now? Oh, this thing that I just didn't finish writing. Duh. Something I'm configuring is not bueno. Self.squares C. Oh yeah, that's oh yeah, it's not a widget that we config. It's a item config. Right. Item config. Self.squares C. What's the syntax for this? Item config. Let me check that out. Item config. But we just give it all the options. Item config this. Field equals that. Outline equals that. Very good. Where's the config? Not item config. Missing something there. Dot config self.squares C. Okay. Pretty good. And let's try that again. Aha. It did something. It did something. Okay. Here's what I'll do. Dot after 1000 self.animate. Okay. I just want a little delay. Now let's try that again. Doop. Doop. Awesome. So this works. Let's make it longer. Okay. Let's save that. Let's see what happens. Neat. Neat. Very cool. What else am I doing? Else, when it's finished animating the pattern, I want it to turn on the ability to click things. And isn't there a bind? How do I? You can attach bind event callbacks to individual canvas items. Great. That is all I need. Doesn't allow you to create bindings or otherwise configure tags for which there are no existing items. Tags are owned by items, not the widget. Focus to the item. I think it'll work fine. Okay. So let's do that. Else, here's where I'm gonna be doing things. Okay. For key square and self.squares dot items. Okay, so for each key and square, how do we bind, actually? Does it say how to do that? Any examples? No? Do I have to use tag bind or something? Let's just try to do that. Square.bind 1, and 1 is the left mouse button, button 1. And this function is going to be the one that allows the user to say, I want this square and that square, etc. About select. Self-select. Yes. Maybe? Can I do this? Or do I need a lambda? I'll use a lambda. Fine. C equals C. Self.select. Actually, equals key. C. That's what I'll do. Okay. And now, let's move this into the middle. Let's turn that off for now. Select self and the color. Okay. So, the reason I did this is because if I didn't include that, C or the key, I guess, I could do this. Make it either more or less clear depending on your perspective. If I hadn't included this part, it would not have bound the value of key. It wouldn't look up this variable until the end of the loop. So they would all have the same key. Don't want that. And this says bind it right now in this particular iteration of the loop. Look up key, and that's going to be the default value, and so it's going to be that. And then it goes to the next one and looks it up right then and puts it in there. So that should work. Select. So when we select something of a color, think. We're going to select something of color. Oh, 45 minutes already. This might be part 1. This would be a really easy console thing to do. I would just have, you know, a string for a pattern, keep adding to it, etc. The interface would just be print something with a carriage return at the end, and so it just keeps replacing the color it wants. Just prints it on the same place over and over, and then you have to type it out, and then it checks if they're equal. But this is more realistic and exciting with bright colors. Great. Let's see. When I select, let's do the following up here. Pattern is this. Self.selections is an empty list. Okay. Self.selections.add append the color that we chose, which is from here. Actually, let's make this also a string. Great. If actually let's have when checking at the end. We have to light up. We have to darken all squares and then brighten this one. And darkening all of them is easier than figuring out which one was selected before, if any. We're not going to do that. So that's actually at the end of this we can just darken this one again. So self.canvas.item config the color. We have the color self.squares color, and we want to change it to fill equals self.light color, and outline equals self.light color. And I'm going to do this. So we're going to brighten this one. And then I'm going to put my after call in here. Parent.after 1000 milliseconds. Actually, yeah, just darken it after 1 second. Sure. And a self.canvas.item config. All the same stuff except dark. Okay. Let's run this, maybe? it won't do much, but we'll see any tracebacks and syntax errors that we made accidentally. Like right there. I missed the thing with what's it? Fine. Great. Doop, 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 doop. And then it broke. Do not have a bind. Okay, so I have to do that in a different way. Great. That's just an int. Do I have to do some tag bind? Something? Canvas bind? Canvas object. Mouse actions from any canvas objects. Oh. Update idle tasks after item config. Button 1 to click. If canvas dot find with tag, what is this? To get the current, to get the target item. Oh, it's just current. Current is just the target item, really? Let's see how this will work. tk.current, apparently a constant of some kind. tk.current. Let's see what in the world that does. If it works, it'd be cool. I don't know. Let's make this a little shorter. Red, yellow, red. Sure. Red, yellow, red. What else did I do? Oh, I did this. That's not right. I should do that everywhere. It wasn't here that I needed that thing, was it? How do I actually do the binding? No, maybe I can just, I think I just bind the canvas. One, self.select without the color. But I do need that, don't I? Oh, there's someone in chat. Phil Serm says hello. Hi there. We're doing TK Enter. Simon. Select. And how do I get the information of some kind about this? How do I know where they clicked? I mean, I'll know which object they clicked. I can make a dictionary. Wouldn't my dictionary be just this backwards? IDs equals value key for key value in self dot squares dot items. Let's try that. Okay, I don't think I need any of this. Add the color. Item config, we don't need this. And this is self.ids k.current. Okay. And let's just do this with the ID. Okay, we have the ID and we look up the letter of it that we need. Phil Serm asks, are you a professional developer? I am not. Pretty much all I'm comfortable with is Python, the language itself, tkinter, and a few other standard libraries, more or less, like RE for regular expressions, itertools, random, that sort of stuff. Most places want you to actually do useful stuff, which requires stuff that's a little more complicated, like Django, for example, that I've started on, but like I said, things I'm comfortable with. I'm not a pro at Django yet by any stretch of the imagination. What else? Internet stuff, URL lib, all that sort of thing. Asynchronous stuff, there's a library for that, async.io, I believe. Multiprocessing, a lot of frameworks developers want, or companies want from a developer. Django, Pyramid, SQL, and I don't know those, so I'm looking for jobs like that. Would be pretty cool, but for now, no. I'm just doing it at home. Item config, this ID that we saved, ID. Okay. Let's run this and find out what happens. Kablooey. No. Red, yellow, red. Red, yellow, green, blue, yellow, red. And it didn't break. I'm gonna click on stuff. Kaboom! Select. Takes 1 to be given. Oh yeah, it's a click event. Fine. Let's shorten that as well. Self. None. I wonder what event has. I know there's an event.x, event.y for the xy coordinates on the canvas. What else is there? I'm not too sure. The ID of the event would be cool. I don't know if this works. Oops. That's not right. There we go. Red, yellow, red, and it waits, and then I click current. not working like I thought it would. It's just the string current. Do I? Oh. Still need to find that. How do I find that? How do I find out which one was clicked on? Let's do this for now and just see what happens. Red, yellow, red. Name, color is not defined. Of course it's not. Why would it be? Where do I think I'm even getting that? How do I find the ID that current refers to? Let's remove some of this stuff. I thought it would give me the actual integer ID instead of just a string that tells it to look it up. That's not cool. Like, I want that. Current ID. You can use one of the following. Okay. So when I'm configuring something, I can use the item handle, which is the integer. This thing actually returns an integer. So I can use that. I can use a tag, or the constant all, or the constant current, which is just a string for all and a string for current. And how do I find the tag? Current. How do I look up the current ID? How do I get ID of a widget that invokes an event? That's what I want. Yes, do this. No, that's not what I want. Oh, I can do .widget. Is that a widget? Oh. This looks very messy. Find with tag current. Okay. Philserm says, used to waste a lot of time making Java games. I even had a YouTube channel for that. But other than me, nobody was interested in them, so I am learning Django and other web stuff to make some money. Sounds about right. Java is not super popular for games, just like Python. Of course you can, with any language. It's just, what can you do? What do people expect out of it? And is it really useful? As far as 3D, high performance, etc. games, no, you're not really going to use Python in there, unless it's for some kind of little glue logic, but most of it is going to be a language that just plain runs faster, like C++ or C or some library that uses those. And yeah, kind of the same for Java. Of course, there are games written entirely in these languages. RuneScape is one famous Java game. They actually recently rewrote it entirely in C++. And they're very proud of it. My sister plays RuneScape. She says that one doesn't work too great, this rewrite. Not sure what it was supposed to accomplish, but apparently it doesn't, it's not very useful. And Django is certainly a popular development framework for websites. Very popular. A lot of employers are looking for Django devs. Item, find with tag. Let's do that. ID equals self dot. I'm gonna copy it over. And this is from this page. I will try to put a link at 107. Phil says that Android games are basically Java games. To some degree. I mean, Android apps are generally Java is the popular framework. I don't know how much of this stuff runs natively, but yeah, I guess they are. Again, they're not modern 3D games for the most part. They're probably going to be just accessing more lower level stuff to do the work for it, rather than just native Java libraries. So it's sort of, you can certainly do it, but not quite as popular. ID equals this. Self.id is ID, okay, etc. And what is the color? It'd actually be this over here. Okay. Color, we look up the ID in the dictionary of IDs. We add that color to our selections, and we reconfigure, and let's run things. Very good. Is it not going to that's a fun bug. Apparently it doesn't want to do that. Okay. Decided to not do that. Let's use the saved ID instead of the current one. Okay. red, yellow, red, blue, okay, yellow, green, very good. It was looking up current a little too late, by which time it was for another square. So I do yellow, green, and then when it wanted to remove yellow, it would be, or when it wanted to darken yellow, it would be darkening the current one, which was green. So, okay, etc. That's looking pretty good so far. What else am I going to do now? I guess I could check whether they're equal by the end. Let's see. If self.pattern length of self.selections minus 1 equals self.selections equals this current color that we've just added. Actually, let's say if it's not equal, then unbind where do I bind things? Canvas.bind self.canvas.unbind and self.status.config text equals nope, and then should I draw a board? I think I don't think I actually need to keep redrawing the board. Maybe the pattern and the selections should clear. But yeah, all this stuff is gonna move. I don't really need to do that anymore. I'm just going to make the canvas, pack it, make all these things, make the IDs, change the status, pack it, and draw the board is going to be the initialization stuff. Make a new pattern, clear these selections, and then animate. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Self.animate. Right? No, drawboard. Because drawboard has animate in it. Okay, so that's like a reset. Okay, and then it'll just keep going. Otherwise. That's not it, is it? Oh, no, I need, if it doesn't match, let's put something before. If if self dot pattern is the same as self dot selections, that means we've hit all the buttons properly. We will add something new. Self.pattern plus equals random.choice RGBY. So we're going to add something new to the pattern. And we're going to wipe the selections. And animate. Let's think about this. So we start here. Oh, Philstrom says now you need to make a scoring system. That's a good idea. How about a maximum size? A high score? Yeah, we can do that. Let's put it over here somewhere, actually. How about right there? High score equals 0. Self.high score equals length of Phil says, I thought the pattern changes and only its length increases. The pattern stays the same if you keep getting it right, and it keeps getting longer. If you get it wrong, the pattern wipes and starts from 0 and picks a different random pattern. So that's what we'll do. Self.pattern. So, my score. We'll start with the pattern, empty selections, and then animate. And then it'll do this, and after that amount of time, it will bind the button to the canvas. And then we can select something. ID is going to be the one we clicked, and then we find the proper color. Then we add the color we clicked to the selections. Self.canvas.itemconfig. We make it brighter, and then after 1 second, we're gonna make it darker again. Then we're gonna check what happens. So if someone clicked on something, is the pattern the same as the current selections? If it is, then we add something new to the pattern, and we wipe what they've clicked so far, and set a new high score. Oh, no, no. Max of self.high score and length of self.pattern. Don't want that to be their current score. I want it to be the maximum. And then animate again. And start the pattern with the what's it. And okay. Okay, so that'll take care of that. But if it's these conditions are mutually exclusive, they can't have different elements in the same place. Length of selections -1 is going to be the last index we're going to use, and we're going to find that index of the pattern and see if it's this color, the last one that was picked. And if they're different, yes, the pattern gets longer when you succeed. So we're going to let you keep clicking on stuff, and these things will happen. It'll do nothing if the pattern is like this long and you're only like here on it clicking stuff. But once you fill out the whole pattern, it'll make it longer and then show you the whole pattern plus one more thing, and then you have to click all that. And this will happen if you click something wrong. It will unbind the canvas and say nope, and then draw the board. Drawing the board will start with a new pattern and clear selections, of course, and animate. That looks pretty good. After, let's say 2 seconds, lambda self.status.config text equals nothing. Okay, so it'll clear that nope text. Let's do this. So after that, we draw the board, which clears everything, etc. Let's see what happens. Red, yellow, red, red, yellow, red. Kaboom. Unbind is missing the sequence. Okay, I guess it needs this. Didn't know about that, but okay, pretty sure. Let's try that again. Red, yellow, red, red, yellow, red. Red, yellow, red. I don't know what happened. Nope. Yellow, red. Yellow, red. Something is weird. Red, yellow, red. Yellow and red, red, yellow, red, red. Oh, I should red, yellow, red, red. Nope. Red, yellow, red, red, yellow, red. No, are you sure? Still moving around and doing stuff. That's weird. Okay, let's have it disappear a little sooner. 800 milliseconds. Okay. And darken it after 800 milliseconds. Phil says the pattern. What type of data structure is it? Array, linked list, dict? The pattern is a string. That's it. Of this form. R, Y, R for red, yellow, red. That's literally all it is. It's just string access. So something is maybe going weird. I'll have to see. I was pretty sure I said... I think I changed the wrong things. This has to be 800, and this has to be 1000. After 800, this is when we click, make it dark. And then delete and draw the board. Okay. Red, yellow, red. Red, yellow, red. Yellow, red, red, yellow, red. Yellow. Red, yellow, red. Red, yellow, red, red, yellow, red. Red, yellow, red. Red, yellow, red, red. What am I doing wrong? Hang on. Ooh. Let's do the following. Print self.pattern. Alright. There we go. That should help. Print debugging. Red, yellow, red. And we have red, yellow, red. No. What do you mean? Red, yellow, red. Nope. This is looking a little weird. Red, yellow, red. Nope. Does it do that twice? It should say yes. In some way. Something here is wrong. Okay, if selections is 3, has a length of 3, this has a length of 3, this is 3, minus 1 is 2, self.pattern 2 is not equal to the last color. That should have worked. Let me reduce this to 500. Red, yellow, red. Red, yellow, red. Red, yellow, red. Nope. Then flashes yellow, red, red, yellow, red. Why does it flash yellow and red? If I said nope, nothing, and then draw board. Why does it flash yellow and red? That's really weird. Let's do the following. Print self.pattern, self.selections. Maybe I missed something, I don't know. Let's find out. Red, yellow, red, and it prints red, yellow, red. Red, yellow, red, nope. That's very odd. It said no, and then it gave me R, Y, R, Y, something? Am I not? Oh. Oh, I see. Does this, and then it clears self.selections, and then it checks what self.selections is. So, of course not. Elif. Yeah, I'm printing the pattern and the selection. But why is it... Oh, R, Y, R, Y. Red, yellow, red. Red, yellow, red. Yellow, red, blue. Red, yellow, red, blue, red, yellow, red, blue, green. Red, yellow, red, blue, green. Red, yellow, red, blue, green, red. Okay, I think that's actually working. I'm just confused about the... I really need to add an after here. After... Animate. Okay. Let's see. Say nope. And then after 2000 seconds, draw the board. Oh no, it's yeah, just animate, and here is to reset everything. Okay, let me take out these, oh, selections is always nothing at this point, of course. Because we failed. If they're the same... No, it shouldn't be nothing. Oh, I didn't fail at that point. Right. Right. So that makes perfect sense. Red, yellow, red, red, yellow, red. Let's try green. Nope. Red, yellow, red. So I have R, Y, R, and I entered G for green. That is wrong. Red, yellow, red. Red, yellow, red, blue. Animate. I need to unbind this. So I can do red, yellow, red, blue, blue. Yellow, red, red, yellow, red. Red, yellow, red, red. Red, yellow, red, blue. It should lock it out. If it matches, we unbind. Okay. If it's a match, we unbind the button, add something to the pattern, clear the selections, set the high score. I never show the high score. How many prints do I have? I don't think I need those because it's working pretty well. Let's see. Where am I going to say the high score? How about def score self event equals none. Self.parent dot bind the letter H. Is it like this? No, I think it's just H, right? No, it needs these things, I believe. H self.score. Self.status.config text equals self.highscore self.parent.after 3. Let's just let's remove it for other messages. 2000 self.lambda self.status.config text is nothing. And when you get something right, it should say something nice. Right. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Red, yellow, red. H is 0, and then it disappears. Very good. Red, yellow, red. Right. Red, yellow, red, red. Red, yellow, red, red. Right. Red, yellow, red, red, yellow. High score is 5. Let's have this clear it after a couple seconds. Let's have it be an actual thing. And okay. This is pretty good. Red, green, right. Red, green, blue, right. Red, green, blue, green, right. Red, green, blue, green, red. Blue, green, red. Red, green, blue, green, red, red. Red, green, blue, green, red, red. Red, green, blue, green, red, red, red. Red, green, blue, green, red, red, red. Red, green, blue, green, red, 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 green. Red, green, blue, green, red, 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 green. Green, red, 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 green, red. Red, green, blue, green, red, 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 green, red. I think I'm gonna make an error on purpose. Red, green, blue, green, red, red, red. Green, red, blue. I tell you what. Let's get the high score 10. Let's click yellow. Nope. Red. What's the high score now? Still 10? Red. Right. Red, yellow. Right. Red, yellow, red. High score is still 10. I think we're done. Phil asks, can you put the print self.pattern and self.selection outside of the ifs? So whatever you succeed or not, you have a feedback in debug mode? Yeah, I could put that outside the ifs. The problem with this particular one, with this issue, was that I didn't have the elif there. So it was saying, oh, it is you have completed the current pattern, it's match. So you've got that, and now it's going to, you know, start from the beginning and add one more, and it's going to clear what you've clicked because you have to click everything again. So it cleared what you clicked, and then it said, okay, now let's check if length of self.selections -1 and length of self.selections was 0, because it was now an empty string that we just changed. -1 would be -1. So if self.pattern -1, which means the last element in the pattern is not the same as the color, then we would lose. Last element in the pattern. So if it was, if it added another color that was the same, like if it was red-green and we did that properly, and it did red-green-green, then the last one we picked was green, that's color, and it just so happens that it added another green one afterward, so that would be acceptable, and then it wouldn't tell us we lost. But if it did red-green-yellow, then it would say, well, the last one here is yellow, and you picked green, so you're wrong. So that was no good. But 67 lines, 68, 69. Okay. And we have no 70. There we go. We have no doc strings. I don't really mind. It's pretty clear already. No comments whatsoever. But there's an hour and 43-minute video about it, so that's fine, right? I think that's pretty much it. That's we have our init and our drawboard and our animate and our select and our high score function, and then starting a loop. And that's, let me actually take out this thing. Don't really need that. It's not been doing much for the last few runs because no errors. And nothing printed either. Init, drawboard, the animate, and the select and score, starting a loop. I think that is it for tonight. So no part 2 on this, because we finished. It looks good. And yeah, that's all. Tomorrow video game. Day after that, I'm thinking maybe do fancier stuff with the Mastermind GUI, because we already did a graphical thing with that. But it was like I can show you. It was pretty basic. What did I even have? Oh yeah, ABCD. So I go to right, A, B, D, C. No, those aren't even in the right place. Possibly. A, B, A, B. A little more. A, B, B, A. A, B, B, C. A, B, B, B. No. ABAA, ABAD. Now we have an A in the wrong place. ABDA, ABCA, ABBA, ABA. What am I supposed to do? Oh yeah, it has all the way to F or something. ABEA, ABFA. I forgot how many things I had. I had my pieces in my hand, and I forgot to get the other pieces. There were some still in the box that I didn't know existed, but I found the pieces I needed before I lost. So that's cool. I think it's N for new game. Control N. There we go. So it's not very whiz-bang graphical. I mean, it is technically a GUI, not the console, but it's just text box where you enter things, and then it has more text to tell you what's going on. So, BCD, BC, B, I don't know. Anyway, so I might add to that, make a new one that's actual, looks like pegs with colors and stuff. Don't really know what I'll do as far as dragging. That's kind of labor intensive to have a click and drag function. It's kind of messy. But we'll see, I guess, what I want to do with that. But that's what I'm thinking is going to happen for now. Maybe I'll find something else to do 2 days from now. And if anyone has an idea, you can always let me know in the comments what you would like to see. I have previously been asked about Django. That is a large undertaking that I really should do, because it's a good thing to know how to use, and it would be really cool to have my Python applications usable in a web page on a server. That'd be cool. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and thanks for chatting. Phil has joined me today. It's pretty cool, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good one.